I thought it would do a lot better at keeping cold wind from penetrating. Oh, it has rained. Behold, the wet is wet. And I was cold in the house, dude. Alright, I think now is the time to talk about what I do personally when I'm riding in the cold and the rain. They're two separate things. Riding in the cold does not necessarily translate to riding in the rain, but riding in the rain does translate to riding in the cold, or something, vice versa, or neither. I don't know. So when I leave for work in the morning at 4:45, it can be, the coldest I was riding in was 26-degree outdoor ambient temperature. Now, when you're riding, you should know this if you ride already. If not, I'll learn you. When you're riding and it's a 65-degree day, you might be fine in, like, you know, shirt and shorts, like going down the street 25-30 miles an hour. But 55, 60, 65 miles an hour, well, one, if you're going that fast, I mean, I'm not the best example because I do it all the time, but you should be wearing more than shirts and shorts, you know. But anyway, it is a lot colder because that air passing over your skin is quick. So what I do is I try not to go that fast, especially around corners, because you might have some black ice or something. But what I like to do is I like to have a base layer of thermals, like thermal pants, long johns. If I don't have those, then I'll put on sweats. And over the sweats or thermals, I'll wear jeans. Not always, depends. Because jeans, they don't breathe that well. I mean, they can, but anyway, I'll wear jeans. If I'm not wearing jeans, I'm wearing like snowboard pants. Because I tried snowboard pants with just thermals on underneath, and boy, I was cold. Maybe it was just the wrong kind. Like, I've got Quicksilver snowboard pants, and you know, when you're exerting yourself and stuff, yeah, it's good to have a little breeze go through there and the waterproofing, but mine just breathes too much, so I was freaking freezing. Looks cool, but not very practical. So what I did instead was I went and got these overalls. I always get, when I'm buying stuff for this, I get 2 sizes up so I can wear a bunch of clothes under. We're 1 or 2 sizes up. They're like these special Arctic pants. They're like good to like -27 or something like that. They're overalls, I mean. Holy shit, dude, those are the best. But that's only when it's really freaking cold. Otherwise, I wear these. I got long johns, jeans, and these. Or long john sweats and these. Or 2 pairs of sweats and these. Whatever. But these are like almost always my top layer. I don't know who makes these. If you're in Oregon, I got these at Weimart. They're wind resistant, water resistant. Think windbreakers. Remember windbreaker jackets were really popular in the 90s and early 2000s? It's a windbreaker. It's a really dense weave, knit, whatever. Air doesn't pass through it very well. And also when I get to work, I just take these off, you know what I mean? And boom, jeans. Look at that. Now that's for my bottoms. The tops, you gotta get a little bit more creative, because now unless you can go out and buy purpose-built clothes for riding motorcycles in cold weather. Okay, I don't have them. I don't have it, and I'm not about to spend $500 for a pair of pants that I'll only really wear while I'm riding, and they don't really look good. You know what I mean? Like, you can get off the bike with them, but you still look like you're about to ride a motorcycle, so you can't really go to work in them. So with the top, I think the more layers the better, but it severely limits your mobility. Also, stay away, if you're gonna go out and buy, like say, go to Goodwill and buy a bunch of whatever I recommend, stay away from hooded sweaters, right? Hoodies, because those hoods accumulate back there, and it really affects your ability to turn your head. So one time I put on like 9 hoodies or something stupid, you know, and I was warm and stuff, but I couldn't move my head at all. I was stuck in this position, and when I tried to move, it was like this, and I had to move by turning my shoulders or my whole body. You know, it was annoying. So I learned. Next is a hard shell jacket. So a jacket that is meant to be the shell of something. Does that make sense? If you don't know what a hard shell jacket is, look it up. Milwaukee made one with partnered with whoever, I don't know. But you can plug in the 12-volt battery into this hard shell, and it's heated. I love that freaking thing, and I don't know why I don't wear that more often. I always forget about it. I think my biggest issue with it is that it's really, 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 really bulky, and it's hard to fold and put it in my backpack. So, you know, if you work in an office, no big deal, you know, but let's say it's going to be 30 degrees in the morning, but 70 in the afternoon, which happens. It can happen. Well, I mean, shit, you better just either be okay with riding with that big bulky thing or whatever. The layers, though, you're good for about 15 to 30 minutes. After that, the wind gets in there and you're kind of screwed. That's where the hard shell comes in, right? So now you've got all these layers, and you got that hard shell that's deflecting wind, preventing wind from entering. I wear either a tank top or a muscle shirt, because I usually go to the gym. On top of that, there's a t-shirt. On top of that is a long sleeve shirt. For example, right now I'm wearing an orange thermal. On top of that is a hoodie or just sweatshirt, and on top of that right now is this. This is a Carhartt jacket. I got it for work, and it works really well at keeping the wind out. Now, I would definitely advise that you get, I think it's called a balaclava, otherwise known as a neck gaiter for your neck, because there's about this much space of exposed neck on all sides of me. So if I'm riding 50, 60 miles an hour and it's 40 degrees, you know, or colder, and it's raining, or not even raining, but it's haze or fog, yo, you're cold, bro. It's gonna get in there. It's gonna, even if you have your like zipper all the way up to the top or something like that, it'll still end up down your shirt, especially if you ride a freaking crotch rocket. That body position, you know, you're down like this, it's gonna go under your chin, and then your clavicle is just gonna force it down into your shirt. So I would definitely get a neck gaiter, and that should be like your first or second thing that you put on, and then put the rest of your layers on. Now, rain. So rain's different because it can be hot and raining. If you live in the south, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Japan, North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, whatever. It could be hot as fuck and raining. So that makes things a little bit difficult. I would, if I were you, head over to your hardware store or just outdoors shop. See if they have those big orange, yellow, like rain, not coats, but rain like shells. Another shell. It's a soft shell. They're rubberized and waterproof for show because they're pretty much made of rubber. I get mine 2XL when I buy mine. I bought 2 and they work out really well. And the reason why I go 2XL is so I can put my backpack underneath it. I can put everything. I'm completely, for the most part, sheltered from the rain. It does an okay job. I thought it would do a lot better at keeping cold wind from penetrating my clothes, but not so much for some reason. I don't know what the deal is. Oh, I forgot to mention, if yeah, I would also get a vest. You can either do like the Carhartt vest or an Ariat vest, whatever, some sort of vest, just for another layer at your chest, because as you're riding, if you have an up and down style like seating position, as you're moving through the dang world, that wind is just smacking you right in the chest, and you have a lot of heat in your core, and your core will get really cold really fast. You know, your limbs get cold, yeah, fine, whatever, yeah, it sucks, but as long as your core is warm, now yeah, you can leach warmth into your extremities and lose core heat that way, but you know, since we're at an angle, it kind of glides over, you know, whereas it's coming straight on to your chest. So we got layers, we got our neck gaiter, we've got our rubberized outer shell. The last thing is, if you have the funds, do a heated jacket. Now, a heated jacket, I learned this the hard way. I thought a heated jacket would just be like instant warmth or something, you know, like it would be heated, which it is, but that's not exactly what that means. So as we're passing through the air here, it's pushing into the fibers of my clothes, and you know, they stack up on each other, pushing each other farther and farther in, and next thing you know, I've got, you know, cold air touching my skin. Well, with the heated jacket, that air will hit the jacket, pass through the heating element, and come out the other side warmer than when it went in. So it's you know, it's not a cure-all, it's not going to freaking solve all your problems, but if you're on the bike for a while, grab a fresh charged battery if you have the Milwaukee kind, or if you have a USB or something like that, charge it up overnight, make sure it's charged, and then turn it on right as you get on the bike, or maybe right before. Boom, you're solid. Now my last little bit of advice is twofold. Put on as many layers as you can without sweating before you go on your ride. So that will give you an opportunity to kind of elevate your core temperature, and it'll also give your clothes an opportunity to absorb some of that warmth, kind of just to fight against time, right? Because eventually you're going to be cold no matter what. You just have to get over it. But I say without sweating because, you know, we've all been, you know, hopefully, well, I don't know, sweating on a after like some exercise, and the wind picks up. You're like, oh man, that's a nice cool breeze, right? So it does the same thing. If you're sweating and you're traveling through the air and it's 40 degrees outside, god dang, you're gonna get really cold really fast. You can dip into hypothermia. It's just no bueno. So put on as many of those layers as you can without sweating. Anyway, that's it for me. I love you. Thank you for freaking dang watching, and be safe out there. Be warm, be cool, and I'll talk to you in the next video.